him. So the two guys that I've been finding myself having to choose between, I only have two questions. This is the first one. Two guys, what do you think? Desean Jackson or Eric Decker?
Oh, man. You know what? So that's a great one because we're going to talk about Decker a lot more later. He's going to be part of our 3 up, 3 down segment.
Yeah, I know you like both of these guys.
Both of them are getting huge bumps up my big board. I love them both. If you asked me this, earlier today, it was only a couple hours ago I read a report I absolutely love on Eric Decker, and it's that I'll save most of the details, but he's really emerging as the go-to guy there with Corey Davis absent. I have a bunch of good juicy quotes that will make everybody get some fantasy boners for that. But at this point, Eric Decker is kind of the number one and locked in, whereas Desean Jackson's the clear 2 behind Mike Evans. And I just wrote a stock report on how Desean Jackson's involved in the red zone. It's more than just a deep threat. Just like Sycamore had told us when we had him on in episode 15 or whatever that was. They're using him all over the place. It isn't just a deep threat, and that's all he's bringing to the table. If you watched did you watch Hard Knocks last night, by the way?
No, but I got it recorded.
That's going to make it even tougher for you because Jackson's just flying around the place. Does look like the perfect glove-like fit like we predicted. So this is two guys I absolutely love. But as of just even a couple hours ago, the reports I've been reading on Decker, all 2-minute drills, he's just getting peppered. He's really just become Mariota's security blanket. He's obviously the man in the red zone. He's been that way his entire career. I'm going to side with the guy that's the number 1 target versus the number 2. And it is, again, very close. I love Desean Jackson. I don't want this. We're higher on both.
No, that's why I'm asking. I mean, this is not a no-brainer. I just generally speaking, I've been picking Decker about maybe 3 out of 4 times in that situation.
What round is that's happening around?
I'm usually making this choice around the 7th or 8th round, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. And now, is there any chance that you pick one and the other's back on?
I have never gotten them both.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you can get them both, even better. Because
but my receiving core is filled by the time I'm even going for these guys. Usually, I'm picking this guy as my first bench slot, or at best, my 3rd receiver spot, which is great, man. It seems like great value.
Absolutely great value. And that's the thing, too, is you might want to reconsider now, if you're getting those type of values around 7 or 8, is there other ways you can maximize your starting lineup? For instance, are your running backs filled at that point? Is your flex filled? Could you go Gronk earlier and maybe load up at tight end? And then, you know what I mean? You got to try to consider, because obviously you want a great bench, but if you can get Decker as your 3rd receiver in round 7 or 8, then you got to start considering how else could I maximize my starting lineup? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, well, and we'll talk about it more and more as we get closer to draft day. I just wanted to put that one out there for you. I got one more question.
Okay.
Thanks for weighing in on that.